Kia ora guys, gals and Legionnaires, Rycon here and welcome to the Town Hall for November. The end of November. I trust that you can all hear and see me okay. I can see all of you in the chat. Things seem to be going okay. Yay, the stream is kind of working. As we know, we like to have technical difficulties from here, from time to time, and it looks like for once my voice is currently in sync with my microphone, so nothing has changed over the hour I've been setting things up. So, what is the Town Hall? If this is your first Town Hall, if this is your first time being here, it's essentially a chance for yourself and myself to have a heart-to-heart, to have a talk, to hang out for an hour's time, so you can ask me questions about series, about myself, about the channel, about life. Yeah, we'll stick to the channel. But it's good to be here. We did skip the Town Hall last month because I was moving. I'm glad to be able to have it. It feels like it's been a long time. And I guess that's the thing with the Town Halls. This is the 29th Town Hall that we've had now. So we've had a few of them since we started this little experiment a while back. And, well, it's good to be back. It's weird, like, honestly, not having the Town Hall was a really weird kind of thing. Sorry, whacking you there. But, yeah, it's strange because it's like a really good way to sign the month off for me, and it kind of like felt like last month was incomplete because of it. So, yeah, there we go. So, fire your questions through. I will do the best that I can to answer them. But before I do that, if you've missed the update video that I kind of released, I'm back. I'm creating things on a regular basis now. I am still rolling some things out. Still trying to get them out. Obviously, Ashes has come back. Both Bran and Akira are running A-OK. Getting Logan and Leon off the ground. I am working on those episodes at the moment. I am still hoping to have them out this week. There is a small chance, however, that they will get pushed back. It just depends. Over the last few weeks, because we're kind of leading up to Christmas, I've been trying to cram in some work in between YouTube. I mean, I do YouTube. I do YouTube. I do YouTube full time. This is, yeah, sorry. It's the morning for me. I get strange in the mornings, apparently. But yes, I was trying to cram in some extra work before the end of the year because, you know, Christmas. Axel, I haven't mentioned XCOM. I believe I did mention XCOM in the update saying that it was coming back. It is coming back as well. So that's also a part of it. The last couple of episodes of Bran were tickety-boo. I mean, yeah, we got lucky with Bran, and he's in a pretty good place now. He's in a pretty damn good place. What can I say? What can I say? Do I plan on going to Twitch because YouTube is dying? I don't know if YouTube's dying. Twitch is a whole different ballgame though. It's a whole different kind of audience. My community is here on YouTube. That's why whenever I do any live streams, I always do them here. And I've personally had really bad experiences with Twitch support. Really bad experiences. So, yeah. Am I going to try out Mutant Year Zero? It looks like a fantastic game. It looks beautiful. I love the art style. Really cool. And the gameplay seems to be really good as well. I've been watching Mathis play through it at the moment. And yeah, it seems like a good game. It is in early access at the moment, as far as I'm aware. So it'll be cool to see what it's like when the full game is out. But yeah, who knows? That's a maybe. I'll put it down as a maybe. Because I feel like that would kind of conflict with XCOM 2. And XCOM 2 is it's difficult. Like the Long War 2 is so much more difficult than I thought it was going to be going through. Like I figured, oh, you know, we'll blast through this pretty quickly. No, it takes a long time to get through. It is called the Long War after all. I should have kind of realized when I started the series. What do you know? Damn. I did see a question about 76. I am enjoying 76 on the side when I can. That's been a whole interesting thing in and of itself, everything that's going on with that and Bethesda at the moment, so yeah. Dovazul, have I ever watched the movie Beowulf? I have, a very long time ago now, but yes I have seen it. XCOM 2 has been going on for a year and a half. Well, there we go, Axel, there we go, and I imagine there's been many breaks in between. Yes, I mean, there was that whole section where I thought I was going to have to end it because it just was not wanting to load anything at all. Rather, it was crashing after every single mission. Luckily, that's not there anymore. Megan Crumb, do I have any advanced tips for character creation? That's a tough one. I guess it depends what you're creating the character for. If it's for a specific game, if it's for a role-playing game. I think the key thing for me, whenever I'm trying to role-play a character, is I always want to make sure that they're different from any other character that I've done so far. So you want to try and have things that set them apart in your mind so that you don't kind of blend the two characters too much, because it can get like that. You want to have them, a little... there's got to be some key things that really set them apart, but also at the same time, you want it to be a character that you're going to enjoy playing. If you're the kind of person that enjoys playing like the lawful good, always do right kind of character, then you might struggle playing someone that's, morally ambiguous, because you'll kind of end up just rolling back into the same old character that you're used to playing. It's good to challenge yourself at the same time, but I guess it's like you want to enjoy it at the same time, is what I'm trying to say. So have a character that you can enjoy playing, and that's the best way to start. Best point to start from. There we go. D-Mac, your latest character is a mutated bionic mess. Yeah, we're just a bionic mess at the moment with Bran. We haven't really tapped into mutations. I don't know if we will. I know some of you have been kind of recommending the medical route or the alpha route. I feel like potentially they could work somewhere down the track. I feel like if Bran was in a position where he didn't feel like he had reached peak performance, that might be a maybe, but he is very much... he's very technical with everything that he does, and a lot of the mutations in Cataclysm are based upon random chance. And yes, there is a random chance that the operations can fail on him, but they're never going to make him weaker than he was before, whereas we can get that with mutations. And so I think flicking through those manuals that he has, I don't know if he would risk that yet. Nick, what's up, my man? I'm glad that you can make it along as well. Will Bran be moving into the lab? Yes, he will. In the latest episode that's going to be coming out, I think tomorrow, maybe. I'm going to have a look at this while I'm talking. I'm going to try and do two things at the same time, which I can't, so I'm just going to ramble instead. There we go. Yes, there is still an episode to come out. Which is essentially the finale of the lab. So fingers crossed that works out okay. Hope Bran finds the 20 plus strength CBM soon. That would be nice. That would be fantastic. Bran suffers from an augmentation addiction. He most certainly does. He definitely does. He could possibly in the future. Oh, damn. I just realized that's behind. That's really annoying. I'm going to see if I can fix that. That shouldn't
settle
be the case.
This one. Are there 8 or 9 divine?
Behind that. There we go. Nanania, thank you very much. I don't have my headphones on. I don't know if Janet's talking. I'm going to put these close by. Oh, Janet did. Oh, she did. Oh, that's fantastic. I guess I'll just wear these for now, because then that'll make it easier. I can hear Janet along with the rest of you. So, yeah, I miss Janet. I missed that. Settle this one. Are there 8 divines or 9? I guess it depends who you're asking. If you're asking Leon, he says it all the time. He says by the 9. He believes in that. He believes that there are 9. That's the thing, is like he never knew the 9th as being Talos. He knew that as being Tiber Septim growing up. That's why Talos was kind of something that he didn't fully understand when he first got to Skyrim, because it's been outlawed for a good long while. Let's see. Any thoughts about Telltale going bankrupt? It sucks. It's heartbreaking. I feel for everyone that's there. Yeah, I wish it didn't happen, but these things happen from time to time. I think it's amazing that Skybound have jumped in and taken responsibility of the Walking Dead series. I think it's they're going to be losing out on this. They're not making money, but they realize that, you know, it's a big thing, and it means a lot to a lot of people, Clem's story. So being able to finish it off, I think that's a really big up on them. So I feel like a big clap for Skybound for making that happen. So yeah, Janet, wake up, girl. Come on. We'll see. Nah, definitely not. Nah, I'm done with the Elder Scrolls. No, just kidding. Alright, Janet, you there? Are you there?
Plan on playing the Elder Scrolls Vi upon release?
Vi. The Elder Scrolls Vi. Confirmed. Elder Scrolls Vi. Yeah, on release. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, obviously, the Fallout 4 roleplay is here. Yay, we got there in the end. It's a little while after Fallout 4 came out. Probably longer than I wanted it to be. I might do something like Seeking Sovngarde with the Elder Scrolls 6. The Elder Scrolls 6. Yes. Why did that take me so long? Yeah, she does sound. Janet sounds like she's been drinking, right? She did sound a little off. It's a hard job here. It's a hard job. I have a lot of high hopes. I was actually talking to Blood Mime about this earlier today, talking about how my mentality with Bethesda and with their games has always been, I don't mind waiting 10 years for the next installment of a game. I mean, I'm looking at how old I am now, and I'm like, yeah, I've got at least another good few. If they release one every decade, that's good. But what could be an issue is if that kind of 10 years, because like what, it was 2011 that Skyrim came out, and I know like that's things like after 2 years people are like, when's the next one? I'm like, well, I mean, I played Morrowind when it came out back in the day, and then I played Oblivion, and then I played Skyrim. I had the wait between all of those. Like, I don't mind for a 5-10 year wait between games, because I can play that game for that decade easily. It will keep me entertained because those worlds are really big and there's always more to explore. I mean, I'm still playing Skyrim now. So where am I going with this? Where I would get verbal diarrhea. Where I think I would get upset is if, you know, it isn't complete. You know, if all those bugs in the creation engine haven't been ironed out, if it just doesn't feel like a finished game, that's where I think I would be upset. But who knows? Yeah, I mean, I'm used to waiting for them. I'm completely fine to wait for them. That's why I was so surprised to see the Elder Scrolls 6 come out, like the announcement. But then I was like, okay, it makes sense that they're kind of saying that now. I mean, I have to admit, I miss how they did the Fallout 4 reveal, because I thought that was amazing, because it was just like, oh yeah, it's coming out this year, just in a few months. Yeah. That was great. But yes, going back to what I was saying before about the time between them, I don't think there will be as much time between the release of Elder Scrolls 6 and me starting a roleplay with it. I think the reason it took me so long for Fallout 4 was because I have to admit, I was feeling the pressure, because obviously this community has grown a lot since I started my other roleplays. When I started Logan's Tale, obviously I was at 0 subscribers, right? When I started Leon's Tale, I was at 1,000. And when I started Ashes, we're 60,000 plus. So I felt like there was a lot more responsibility to starting a series. And that's why I think it took me as long as I did to get Fallout 4 going, because I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted the start of it to feel like my storytelling style had progressed from each of them, and that, you know, the wait had been worth it, essentially. And I hope that's the case. I hope it is, because I'm really enjoying Ashes. I love telling its story. I feel like it's going to be a really big journey for Ash, and I can't wait to see where it goes, because here's the thing. It's just as surprising to you as it is to me, because... it's just as surprising to me as it is to you. I'm getting all mixed up this morning. Because the way I tell my stories is that I try to let the game world influence it as much as possible. Yes, I know some of the events that are going to happen, but I try to let the world affect that as much as possible. So, yeah. With Ash, did I consider making the pre-war section just a memory den thing? Well, it kind of is. Like, everything that we're seeing right now kind of is a memory den thing in a sense, because whenever you hear the narrator talking, and it's like the much harsher voice, that is Ash much later on. That is the Ash that is at the memory den, that's sitting outside, that's kind of recollecting how he got to the point where he is at the moment. So, yeah. I think I'll make that a little clearer by maybe cutting back to him a few times. You know, we'll see how I'll kind of try and do that. But yeah. Let's see. How do I think Bran and Dusk would react if they met? I feel like Bran would probably just try and straight up kill Dusk, and the same thing. I think there wouldn't be any questions asked. I think they would both just see each other as a big threat and try and take each other out. So yeah. Let's see. Raikon needs his morning coffee. I've had one. I might need another before this. Yeah. Axel, is Frost canon to Ashes? Not really. I might want to have some Easter eggs in there. I think there will be Easter eggs, but it will be more of nothing concrete. So yeah. Yeah, Eolin, you're right. The fog was super atmospheric. And that, again, that's something that I didn't control. That was something the game world just brought to me. And I was like, wow, this, I love it. And the same thing with the time of day. I didn't plan it to be the end of the day. If it wasn't, probably would have continued, Ash would have continued on exploring. He would have continued on. But because night had fallen, and this was a world he didn't know anymore, home felt like security. It felt like safety. So that's where he's at the moment. And it is that way because that's when he left. That was the time of day. And honestly, I didn't control it, so I really enjoy that. What do I think about the new Godzilla King of Monsters? I haven't really watched any of the trailers for it yet. I know that Millie's in that, but I haven't seen anything more of it at this stage. I didn't dislike the other Godzilla film. I thought it was kind of cool. I enjoyed it. As far as monster films go, I was like, yeah, I dig it. It's good. Looks like this guy in the church fell through the roof. Yeah, something like that, Alex. Something like that. Definitely, yeah. What are my thoughts on Spyro? It seems to be like a really good remake. Yeah, I feel like it's been done with care. So, yay, go there. That's great. Considering that you've been considering doing a roleplay for Dark Brotherhood, would you ever consider doing focused roleplays of the other factions in Skyrim? Yeah, potentially like smaller stories. You know, on the world that Leon isn't a part of. Potentially, yeah. Spicy, I hope you enjoy Ashes. Have I seen Wreck-It Ralph? Ralph breaks... I just feel like you're always trying to meme me, Pringles. No, I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't come out here yet. Pokemon or Skyrim? From Ride Ghost. It depends at what point in his life you're talking to Raikon. If you're talking to Raikon as a child, Pokemon, 100%. Not that I'm saying Pokemon's just for children. I'm not saying that. I just used to be super big into Pokemon. But yeah, definitely Skyrim now. Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying Ashes, David. Damon, have I ever thought about writing books? One moment. I wrote a book, and you can actually get this book. You can get this book if you go to whatiszealand.com. Yeah, I wrote a book. So I created a role-playing game, a tabletop role-playing game, and I built a world, and I fleshed it out, and I told some stories within that world, and it's without a doubt the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. You feel you just witnessed a seizure. Oh god damn it, Bloodworm. Janet, she's back at it. Let's see. Yeah, without a doubt. Okay. Anytime now, Janet.
Get me pictures of Spider-Man.
I will try, Janet. I keep telling you, I'm trying. He's very elusive. Very elusive. What can I say? Oh, thank you very much, Duck. Thank you very much. But yeah, that was without a doubt one of the hardest things I've ever done. Writing is not an easy thing. It isn't. Because I don't write. I do everything improv. So all my role plays, I don't write out. I have in my mind where I think the story will go, but I just try and let the game world change it as much as possible. Yeah. Dan, has Ashes changed a lot since you originally planned Synthesis? There will be some tie-ins. Yeah, 100%. They exist within the same world. So Synthesis and this are part of the same world. So there will be some potential crossover there. I'm glad you do, Pringles. I'm glad you do. I'm incredibly proud of how it's turned out. It's yeah. And I'm looking forward to hearing some feedback on the lore as well for it, because yeah, just to hear different people's perspectives and the rest, and you know what they kind of think of the world building. There were only ever 2 episodes of Synthesis. I have recorded a third, but I just haven't been able to edit it. Yeah, I don't know why. I've just really struggled to put it together as it is, because it wasn't a form of storytelling that I was familiar with, that machinima style. It was just something that I was really, really uncomfortable with, and it didn't seem to fit how I do my things usually. So that's why I struggled so much with the third, to make it kind of fit. But there are aspects of the third that will be revealed throughout Ashes. Do I script Ashes, or is it improv? It is all improv. I don't think about what I'm going to say before I say it. It's a funny thing. When I started Logan's Tale, I didn't even know his name, because I was like, this guy's got amnesia. But then I was like, no, he knows his name because it's on the initial paper that he finds. But I didn't think of his name until I did the very first recording of Logan's Tale, and I started with, my name is, and I paused for a second, and then boom. That's how it came. That's how Logan's name came out of the pot, because it just jumped out of my mind. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I will have hang-ups. I will have like a mental block. Not very often though, just because I've done a lot of roleplay games before, like tabletop role-playing, and it needs to be fluid. So you need to be able to kind of think on your feet, think as a character as much as possible. Asmira, when is the next episode of Logan? Like I was saying, hopefully it's going to be this week. If it's not, it is going to be next weekend. It depends. Yeah. Getting those 2 back up and running has been a little difficult as well, but it's all part of the process of getting back on the bike. Will I ever make a character that breaks the 4th wall a la Deadpool? Potentially, if it fits the game. Yeah, potentially. Sorry, I'm just reading your comment there, Pringles. Yeah, I mean, it's sad. It is a sad story, and I know that's tough, because I know a lot of my role plays, they are sad. They're not always happy stories, but there is happiness in those stories, and I think that's the key thing. Yeah, they're not. There are moments of humor as well. Just I feel like that's important. That you have both sides, because you can't appreciate the good without the bad. So, yeah. And yes, I know, Axel, it is very edgy. It is very edgy, but I think those are the kind of stories that I gravitate towards telling. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just something that I've always, yeah, felt. Like even actually Wasteland Gypsy talking about Zomboid. Yeah, like Zomboid was another sad story. and it had a sad end. But yeah, I wish I could play Cataclysm the way that I play Zomboid. I think it's kind of semi-possible, but I feel like so much of Cataclysm is based around like crafting and inventory management and the rest. It would be difficult. That's how I initially planned to do it. I planned to do the entire thing kind of voiced. Yeah, I feel like we can have it's almost like we're having a blend, because I'm able to do small like little cinematic bits in character. I say cinematic, it's not cinematic, but like small little bits in character, and the rest is kind of, you know, talking through the motions and the rest. I feel like it would be difficult to do, but it's not impossible. Actually, I mean, Krug Smash did a good example of that when he did it for Halloween. You know, you can do it like that, but I really enjoy the gameplay parts of Cataclysm as well, and that's what I like to kind of display at the same time. So I struggle between the two different styles. Yes. 10. In one of the first couple of town halls, you asked about my favorite Pokemon. What's my favorite Digimon? I feel like I should know this, because I used to be massive into Digimon. Like, I used to be seriously obsessed with Digimon. Like, way more than Pokemon for a good long while. I honestly can't answer. I feel like it was probably more like... Garurumon was like the highest one of that one, right? It was like in that kind of de-evolution. Digi-evolution. Yeah. Right, there we go. Yeah. That kind of thing. So there we go. There you go. Pringles, how am I keeping track of health, stamina, etc. when role-playing? It depends. It depends on the game. Most of them are pretty good at kind of showing you when you're close to death. Yeah. It's tough. Like, sometimes it is done through... I mean, you know when you're running out of stamina, you can tell. I think it's just something that I've gotten used to. I think when you play without a HUD for a while, you slowly start to get used to your limits, like how far you can run and the rest. Yeah. If I ever had the chance to roleplay as a kid in Skyrim, would I do it? Probably not, because... Well, actually, in saying that, we have seen Leon as a kid before. I'm currently in Dragon's Reach. That's Gallag the Guard, who's wandering around in the background. We're nearly there, Nanania. We are nearly at the halfway mark where I will announce the Loten. Is Logan turning evil or just more cynical? That's the tricky thing about evil, is that it's all about perspective, right? I mean, Logan in his eyes may not see himself as evil, but if someone was to, you know, find themselves at the end of his shotgun, they may think he's evil. He's becoming Batman because I'm Logan. Yeah, definitely. Now, that's the thing, is like, I think Logan's struggling, and I think we'll go in some directions that people might not expect with him, just based on how it is. Did I ever go to college, university? Well, not college. I did post high school study. So straight after high school, I went to it's like a school of higher learning, I guess you could say. So I went there. It's a film school that I went to. And what was great about this film school is that essentially in the first part of it, they kind of give you a whole perspective before you choose what you're going to major in. Guild of Mages. I was also in the Guild of Mages, Nick. Yeah, but we keep that one secret. So they kind of take you through CLA, camera lighting and audio. They take you through direction. They take you through writing. They take you through presentation. They take you through all these different things. You learn all these skills, which is great. So you'll have a producer that will learn how to do audio, and that's cool because it gives them the perspective of what it's like to be an audio operator. And post-production. And I majored in post-production because I just found that I was attracted to that style of storytelling, because it was like everything was there, all the pieces of the puzzle were there, and you kind of had a way to restructure them and tell a completely different story with them sometimes. I really enjoyed that aspect of it, so I majored in post-production, and that was a year-long course, and that got me a diploma in post-production. And so after that, I went on to work in post-production, and then eventually started working in camera, and then kind of started doing YouTube eventually. I never intended to do YouTube, because when I was studying, YouTube wasn't a thing. It was a thing, but it wasn't a thing, if you know what I mean. Like, it was just something where you put your videos that you made at home on. I think it was still very much something that's the reason it was used, just throwing random videos out there. So yeah, it was all cats, Nick. Yes, it was all cats. I don't think many people were thinking in terms of like a series format back then. So yeah. Yep, Ray William Johnson equals 3 back in the day. Do I use Premiere Pro? Yes, I do use Premiere Pro. I studied, I learned Avid. Avid, I just feel like I want to punch my screen just thinking about it. Avid's, it is the standard in post-production quite often. Although it's been a while since I've worked in film and television side of post-production. But my God, they just have the most infuriating bugs. And I haven't had that experience with Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro has been solid pretty much the whole way through. Oh, look at that. We're halfway through. It's Lotum time. If you don't know what the Lotum is the Legionnaire of the month, someone that has gone above and beyond. And last month, that was my good friend Blood Mime. So Blood Mime up here, Mr. Vader, up here in the corner. That was our Lotum last month. And with that, I will lower the flag. And we'll begin. A drum roll, please. This is when I struggle to find my drum roll. The Legionnaire of the month of November is you. Now, before you get angry, before you think that's a cop-out, the reason the Legionnaire of the month this month is you is because I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be back, I wouldn't be creating these things if I didn't have you. Your patience, your understanding has been great. And honestly, all of the incredible messages that I received from so many of you on the video that I made last month, it means so much. I can't express how much that means. The support from everyone that was, that watched that and that has been here for a long time. And I mean, you're all the reason why I do this. You're the reason that I create these videos, why I've chosen this to be my profession, like where I spend my time, It means a lot to me. And so give yourself a massive pat on the back. You deserve it. You're all fantastic people. You're all wonderful people. And congratulations, everyone. You are the Legionnaire of the month this month. The Legion. Yes, you are the Legion of the month. And it's good to be back. It's good to just know that during that period where I wasn't able to make things, that you were all still really supportive of that, and knew that I was going to come back. And yeah, so there we go. So thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It really, really does. Yes, Axel, you're right. That means no one can ever be Legionnaire of the Month again. So, sorry, this is your one time. Dan, if I could use one D&D spell in real life, which would it be and why? It would be the Wish spell, because it's Wish. There's so many things you can do with it. Yeah. I feel like Gaius would be an incredibly dangerous spell to have, but yeah, I feel like Wish would be the way to do it. Thank you very much, Vormithrax. I appreciate that. It's good to see you in the chat there, my friend. And Elin, thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate that.
You are awesome, Riken.
Why, thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. That was really nice of her. And thank you, Elin. I really appreciate that. I really do. For those of you who haven't been able to see Vormithrax's channel yet, Vormithrax, it's really hard to say your name quite quickly. Vormithrax has a incredible YouTube tutorial series of Cataclysm. So if you've been wanting to get into Cataclysm, if you've been wanting to learn how to play, Vorm has this Cataclysm University that's a really easy way to learn how to play. That and just like a lot of really quick, easy to reference tips, which are very, very helpful. So thank you, Vormithrax. Thank you. Yeah. Ooh. I've just had my leg seize up. Apologies. I'm just battling some pain for a moment. That is not a problem, Nathan. That is not a problem. Yeah, see, that's the interesting thing about YouTube and about how my studies went. I wasn't intending to do this, but essentially the study that I did was the perfect kind of study for doing this. Nanania, thank you very much. Thank you.
If I could hug you, I would. I know how you felt.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Janet. Thank you. Get more potassium. Okay, that's the key. All right. Okay. It's more joints for me. It's a joint issue. I know, right? I feel like I'm getting old. Yeah. So what I was just saying before, the study, because I did all those different things, it really helped. I did a little bit of acting at film school as well, and the post-production side especially, because post-production I think can be really daunting to people, but it really isn't that complicated once you know the basics. You're all good. Megan, would I describe Leon as the reluctant hero? Yeah, 100%, especially early on. I think he's much more accepting of that now, realizing that well, that's the thing, is it's kind of very much the same for Logan. Logan never set out to be a hero. He was just trying to find his dad, and he kept on getting thrust into these situations where people were asking a freaking kid to go out and get shot at, and he was asking, why are you asking me to do this? Why? Oh, why? Yeah, they're both reluctant heroes in that sense, I think. Bloodmark Mentor, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Bloodmark as well. You're going to be breaking Janet. You're both going to be breaking Janet. Oh, no. No, damn it. I just read it as well. Oh, dear. She's going to wait now. Oh, no. Here she is now. Oh, she skipped. Mm-hmm.
The
Janet?
real reason is I can't be replaced. Nice try, Riken. Now get me pictures of Spider-Man.
I will do my best. I will do my best. Thank you. Thank you. I will try. I will try.
I'm a throw shekels for funsies.
Thank you, Janet, and thank you, Bloodmark. Thank you. Will I play Dust at some point? Yes, Dust will be part of one of our characters' stories at some point. So yeah, we will be seeing that. We will be seeing that. Pringles, don't encourage people. Shave my mustache to look like Charlie Chaplin. Oh dear. You know what? I will tell you something though. I have been contemplating a full shave recently. I don't know. I've had a few dreams. Literally, I've had dreams about me accidentally shaving my beard off many times. But I've been semi-considering it lately. I don't know. Okay, alright. So it's already a big no from Megan. So I will put it to a poll if I ever do. Don't worry. I'd look 13. I would. I'd look weirdly younger than I am. Yeah. Any updates regarding RimWorld? I would like to do a RimWorld series again sometime soon. We'll see. I hope to get that rolling. Dan, thank you very much. Thank you for attending. It did get in. It did get in. But thank you for sticking along while you have. I appreciate that. And I know Janet does too.
I'm gonna get this in and go because my stream is delayed. Love you, Riken and Legionnaires.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Janet. Both doing good. Both doing good. More Zomboid ever? Well, I mean, like, the kind of thing with Zomboid, I was wanting to go back to it when they put NPCs in it. I didn't think it would be this long, because they were talking about NPCs when I stopped playing. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Sometimes I feel like I would like to. Yeah, I know she likes to call me Riken. Riken. Yeah. Anonymous Koala, thank you very much. I mean, I love Cataclysm. Cataclysm is probably my favorite game ever. Yeah, there's just so much. There's so much you can do with that. A lot of different play styles, a lot of different ways you can take things. So, whoa. Sorry, I caused an earthquake there. Apologies. Oh dear. Have I seen The Good Place? I've seen like a little bit of it. I quite enjoyed it, but yeah, I haven't seen enough to know the reference. Yes, another. Yeah. I will try my best. I'm also going to try to stop kneeing the desk as well, if I can. Yeah. What do I prefer? Audiobooks, ebooks, or physical books? I prefer audiobooks because I listen to them a lot. Like, I used to do a lot of driving, and I used to listen to them whenever I was driving, and now while I'm at home, I listen to, well, at the moment, I'm still going through campaign 1 of Critical Role. So I've been listening to that in podcast form. But when I'm not, I do listen to audiobooks as well. And like whenever I'm doing the washing, like if I'm cleaning the house or something like that, I'm always listening to an audiobook. Yeah, I think that's why I've like not listened to music for so long, because I really enjoy listening to audiobooks, but at the same time, I haven't been able to listen to music in a long time, so I've been listening to a lot more music recently, and I've been really, really enjoying that at the same time. Ben, have I ever watched Binging with Babish? I freaking love Babish. I've got notifications turned on. If you've never seen Binging with Babish, it is an amazing cooking channel. Babish essentially takes recipes from popular film and television and turns them into reality. And it's just a really good presentation, really good style, really good production, just really, really good. Really, really good all around. Let's see. Rykon, do you think about the fact that New Zealand is actually the mountains of a submerged continent called Zealandia? Yeah, so Zealandia shall rise. Just you wait. We'll have a lot of landmass eventually. Well, or we'll have a lot less, depending. We'll see how plate tectonics goes. Yes. Let's see. Hey, Rykon, regarding Cataclysm Darkness is here, don't all your characters live in the same world, just different places and times? Yeah, they do. So they all kind of exist in the same space. Just like you say, different places, different times. Wasteland Gypsy, the Martian audiobook. Yeah, I mean, that's how I listened to that's how I experienced The Martian the first way. I don't know if there was one for Artemis, but I read Artemis as a physical book, and my God, Andy Weir is one of my favorite authors because he's got such an interesting style of writing, and his research is just beyond amazing. I always feel like I'm learning something while I'm reading his books, which is just fantastic. I really enjoy that style as well, like the really like heavily researched, heavily scientific kind of writing. I really, really enjoy it. And great characters as well, like Baz. Baz? Is her name Baz? I can't remember in Artemis, but just really, really good. All in all, both great books. Artemis and The Martian, both amazing, amazing books. Do I ever watch Aussie Man reviews? Only occasionally on Facebook, like I'll see someone post something. So I have seen Aussie Man a few times, yeah. Let's see. Bloodmark, thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. And I'm really looking forward to Janet speaking this one out as well. So, yeah. Dear. All right. Hit us, Janet, hit us.
Riken, I'm not gonna lie, I am severely intoxicated. I originally found your channel from Frost, but as of late I've fallen in love with CDDA. Would you have any advice for a person new to the game?
For a person new to the game, thank you, Janet. That was amazing. Janet is intoxicated. She has confirmed. If you're new to the game, I would recommend checking out Vormithrax's channel because he does have a really good tutorial series. So the best way to learn, I'd say, would be through his material. So if you haven't yet, do check it out. So that's Vormithrax on YouTube. VORMI Thrax. THRAX. If you search for Vorm CDDA, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. The Rikens are coming. The Rikening. Oh, there we go. Vormithrax in chat right now. So if you just click on his name, it should take you to his channel. And again, apologies for the earthquakes. I'm trying really hard not to knee my desk. I'm doing a terrible job of it. A very, very bad job. Yeah. What can I say? Riken sounds like a race of anthropomorphic foxes. Yes, the Rikens. Yeah, the Rikening. Yeah, yeah. Ah, dear. Ah, dear. Yeah. Pardon me. We've got some coughs coming on. Ah, dear. Yes, yes. It's the Rikens tunneling beneath me. It is indeed. It is indeed. Elin, thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm sure that Janet does as well. I'm going to see what she does with the emojis. Anytime, Janet?
My name is Janet, and I am DDD. Drunk, smirking face, winking face.
Winking face to you too, Janet. Winking face to you too. Thank you very much. Dear. Ooh, Evelyn, I probably haven't seen all of level 3 Worth Brand. There is a chance that we haven't. It might be worth investigating, so we shall see. We shall see. Megan, what's with Ash's skin color? I don't understand the question. Wasteland Gypsy, you are 100% right. 100% right. Erilyn, I think downstairs, level 2. There is a chance. There is a chance. Yellow. It's just one of the skin tones in game. He comes from a mixed background. If I host a get-together, call it Rycon. Yeah, definitely. We did have a Rycon while I was in Toronto, a mini Rycon. But yes, if I do have one, it shall be called Rycon. Yeah. We have fun. We have fun, don't we? Yes, we do. Yeah. Well, folks, Legionnaires, we have about 12 minutes left of the town hall, so if you have any questions that you want to fire at me before we wrap things up, let me know. Darkest Dungeon, yeah, I mean, that was like a little bit of a stream fun. Will I be going back to Darkest Dungeon? I'm not sure. Oh, Mojave Express. Yes, Mojave Express is going to be coming out next week, so do look forward to that, as I do. Healing, can I share some New Zealand slang? That's a tough thing, because sometimes I don't realize that something is just specific to New Zealand. I think it's just like a universal thing, but then I find out that it isn't. Yeah. I mean, sweet as has to be one of the really Kiwi things. And I mean, that's not a really difficult one. Sweet as is just sweet as. It's good. It is good. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. like I'm having a complete brain melt on that. It is sweet as, but because we say it quick, it does sound like we're saying sweet ass. And that's where you get in trouble when you're talking to Americans, because quite often they will think that you are complimenting their ass, and they will take it one way or the other. And sometimes it's not good. Do I eat kiwi? Kiwi fruit? Yeah, I do. Only green kiwi. I found out I'm kind of allergic to yellow kiwi fruit. I ate it because I don't like it. I really don't like kiwi fruit. I really don't. Only if I'm forced to eat it will I eat it. But yeah, I had yellow kiwi fruit, golden kiwi fruit once, and like my throat just started. It was like it's super itchy the whole way down. Wasn't so nice. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. We should all be thankful that Raikon doesn't have the thick New Zealand accent. I mean, I have a mixed accent because my parents are both British. So when I was growing up, I didn't speak like a New Zealander exactly. So I've always had like a kind of weirdly mixed accent in that form, but I still have a very Kiwi accent, but it's just, it's a mixed bag. And, you know, I think since I've been doing YouTube and I've been doing like American characters a lot more often, I find I struggle with words sometimes. I will kind of get things mixed up occasionally. You're allergic to kiwi. I'm allergic to kiwi as well, apparently. Golden kiwi fruit. Any new tattoos? No, only the one on my arm, but actually that arm there. I still need to do a video talking about these tattoos. I'll try and do that this week as well. So we'll have both the Mojave Express, and I'll do a separate video talking about my tattoos, the meaning behind them, etc., etc. Do I pray to a Lord of the Rings every night before bed? Yeah, the VHS copy of the Fellowship of the Ring. Yeah, we have to. We have to. Obligatory question, when are you doing Vampire the Masquerade again? I don't know. I mean, like, I played through it recently myself. It's still such a good game. I really enjoy it. So I'd like to do something like that eventually. That might be something that's going to be fun to do as like a live stream roleplay, maybe? Who knows? Who knows? I want to try and do more things like that. So we'll see. I have a shrine set up in the dining room. Yes indeed. Yep. Will there be any other games you'll be role-playing? Who knows? Who knows? I don't have any plans right at this stage. I do want to get the Dishonored roleplay on the channel as well. That is something that I want to be added. Raikon dress as a vampire for the stream? I will totally do it. I will 100% dress as a vampire. Yeah. And I'll just speak in character the entire time. Yeah, there you go, Dishonored. That's going to be another roleplay that's not super happy, isn't it? Ah, dear. Dear. Yeah. Yeah, the patch for Masquerade has made it a lot better. I haven't had it drop at all. If I was a class in Darkest, as in Darkest Dungeon, what would I be? I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm not sure. A Stalker roleplay would be really good fun. That is true. That is definitely true. Yeah, the storm that I had was intense. So, for those of you who don't watch Bran, I had a massive hailstorm while I was recording, and it was freaking loud because where I'm recording at the moment, it is a vaulted ceiling. And so it can get quite loud when it's raining, but yeah, it was when the hail was coming down, it was intense. I could barely hear myself think. Russian Raikon is not good Russian Raikon. If you've watched Zealand Season 2, we have some encounters with Russians, and that's kind of my Russian accent. It's not, yeah, it's not great, I'll be honest. My southern accent is like super drifty as well. My southern accent is essentially just like, oh, that's a cowboy accent. I'm a cowboy from the Wild West. Like that, that's it. Like, or I'll just try and do Matthew McConaughey. Yeah. Generally, I like to practice something a lot before I do it. So that's why. Do I plan on doing a new RimWorld series? Yeah, I do. There's no concrete plans yet, but we'll see. We will see. I do want to get back into it though, because I've been really missing playing it. Yeah, we'll get it back. We'll get it back. Definitely. It just works. Actually, it's funny because like between like me and my circle of friends, like my thing that I'm kind of known for, and my family as well, is like my saying is it should just work. It should just work, because like that's how I get frustrated with technology all the time, and that ends up being my saying essentially, is it should just work, but it doesn't, and so I'll passively aggressively wait for a computer to work before doing something proactive about it. So yeah. Caduceus is an incredibly likable character, definitely. You'd love to see a remaster of Logan's... Yeah, that's the thing, like remastering like a series like that. I've kind of talked about it before in a Rycon Raw where, you know, remastering something like that would essentially be retelling the story again, and that's where I struggle with doing retellings of stories, because you're not really making anything new then, you're just telling something that's already happened. And you know, there are still so many untold stories that I feel like you really only want to go back there when you've got nothing else left to give. And I feel like I've still got a lot to tell in terms of those stories, so that's why I wouldn't go back and redo something like that. If you see me doing that, it means because I am creatively and morally bankrupt. So it hasn't happened yet. I haven't tried the Adventure Zone yet. That's something that I might try and get into once I kind of get through C1. What are my thoughts on Rick leaving The Walking Dead? It sucks, but I felt like they did it in the most amazing way possible. I was so happy with that episode. It was just, yeah, it was very good. Very, very good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, yes, there were some logistical issues as to where he was when the explosion went off and where he ended up, but you know, it's cool. I can suspend my disbelief. We are going to be wrapping things up now, though, folks. I want to thank you all for making it along to today's Town Hall, and for those of you who might have missed the announcement halfway through, you're all the Legionnaires of the month this month. So wear that badge with honor. Yes. I'm going to go get a coffee. Going to go wake up some more. Going to have some breakfast. But thank you for joining me for another Town Hall. I've really appreciated hanging out with you guys. And patrons, yes, we are going to be hanging out after this. So stick around for that. But yes, thank you. Thank you for attending, being here. I appreciate it as always. I've been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.